Defining national interest, a cornerstone of international relations. National interest is a fundamental concept in international relations. It refers to the goals and objectives that a state pursues in its interactions with other states. These interests are shaped by a complex interplay of factors, including a state's history, culture, geography, and economic system. Understanding national interest is crucial for comprehending the behavior of states in the international system. States act in ways that they perceive to be in their own best interests, even if those actions may conflict with the interests of other states. This pursuit of national interest is a key driver of international politics. The concept of national interest is not without its complexities. There is no single, universally agreed-upon definition of what constitutes national interest. Moreover, national interest is not static. It can evolve over time in response to changing domestic and international circumstances. Despite these complexities, the concept of national interest remains an essential tool for analyzing and understanding international relations. By grasping the motivations and objectives of states, we can gain valuable insights into the dynamics of the international system. Realism, power, and survival in the international arena. Realism is a dominant school of thought in international relations. It emphasizes the competitive nature of the international system and the pursuit of power by states as the primary means of ensuring survival. Realists argue that states are rational actors that prioritize their own security and well-being above all else. In an anarchic international system lacking a central authority, states must rely on their own capabilities to protect their interests. Hans Morgenthau, a prominent realist scholar, famously stated that international politics, like all politics, is a struggle for power. This pursuit of power, according to realists, is not necessarily driven by malice or aggression. Rather, it is a rational response to the inherent insecurity of the international system. Realism provides a useful framework for understanding the behavior of states in situations where security is at stake. For example, a realist perspective can help explain why states invest heavily in military capabilities or form alliances with other states to deter potential threats. Liberalism, cooperation, and interdependence. Liberalism offers a contrasting perspective on international relations. While acknowledging the importance of power, liberals emphasize the potential for cooperation among states. Liberals argue that states share common interests, such as economic prosperity and global stability. By working together through international institutions and agreements, states can achieve mutually beneficial outcomes. Robert Keohane, a leading liberal scholar, argues that international institutions can provide information, reduce transaction costs, and facilitate the monitoring of agreements. In doing so, institutions can foster cooperation and mitigate the risks of conflict. Liberalism highlights the importance of diplomacy, trade, and international law in promoting peace and prosperity. It suggests that states can achieve greater security and well-being through cooperation rather than through relentless competition. Constructivism, shaping national interest through shared understandings. Constructivism is a relatively new school of thought in international relations. It emphasizes the role of ideas, norms, and identities in shaping state behavior. Constructivists argue that national interest is not an objective reality, but rather a social construct. It is shaped by the shared beliefs, values, and understandings that states hold about themselves and the world around them. For example, the norm against the use of chemical weapons has become deeply ingrained in international relations. This norm shapes state behavior by influencing their perceptions of what is considered acceptable conduct in warfare. Constructivism highlights the importance of diplomacy, persuasion, and the creation of shared norms in shaping international relations. It suggests that states can transform their relationships with each other by changing the way they think about themselves and their interests. Section 5. Case Study: The Cuban Missile Crisis Through Different Lenses. The Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962 provides a compelling case study for examining how different perspectives on national interest can shape our understanding of international events. From a realist perspective, the crisis can be seen as a classic example of power politics. The Soviet Union's decision to place nuclear missiles in Cuba was motivated by a desire to enhance its strategic position vis-à-vis the United States. The United States, in turn, responded with a naval blockade of Cuba to protect its own security interests. A liberal perspective might highlight the role of misperceptions and lack of communication in escalating the crisis. The Soviet Union may have miscalculated the U.S. response to its actions, while the United States may have overestimated the Soviet threat. Constructivists might focus on the role of Cold War ideologies in shaping the perceptions and actions of both superpowers. The United States viewed the Soviet Union as an expansionist power bent on spreading communism, while the Soviet Union saw the United States as an imperialist threat to its security. Section 6. National Interest in the 21st Century. Evolving Challenges and Perspectives. The concept of national interest continues to evolve in the 21st century as states grapple with new challenges and opportunities. Globalization, technological advancements, and climate change are just a few of the factors reshaping the international landscape and influencing how states define their interests. The rise of non-state actors, such as terrorist organizations and multinational corporations, presents new challenges to traditional notions of national interest. States must now contend with threats that emanate not only from other states, but also from these non-traditional actors. Moreover, issues such as climate change and pandemics transcend national borders, requiring states to cooperate in order to address these shared challenges. This has led to a growing recognition that national interest cannot be pursued in isolation, but must be balanced with the interests of the broader international community. Section 7. The importance of understanding national interest for international relations students. For students of international relations, understanding national interest is essential for comprehending the complexities of the international system. It provides a framework for analyzing state behavior, explaining international events, and formulating foreign policy. By grasping the motivations and objectives of states, students can gain valuable insights into the dynamics of international relations. They can learn to identify potential areas of conflict and cooperation, assess the risks and opportunities presented by different foreign policy options, and develop strategies for promoting peace and security. Moreover, understanding national interest is crucial for critically evaluating different theoretical perspectives on international relations. By examining how realists, liberals, constructivists, and other schools of thought view national interest, students can develop a more nuanced and sophisticated understanding of the forces shaping the international system. Section 8. Conclusion. Navigating the complexities of national interest. The concept of national interest is a complex and multifaceted one. It is shaped by a wide range of factors, including a state's history, culture, geography, and economic system, as well as the evolving dynamics of the international environment. While there is no single, universally agreed-upon definition of national interest, it remains an essential concept for understanding international relations. By grasping the motivations and objectives of states, we can gain valuable insights into the forces shaping the international system and develop more effective strategies for promoting peace, security, and prosperity. As students of international relations, it is our responsibility to grapple with the complexities of national interest and to seek a deeper understanding of how this concept shapes the world around us. Section 9. Further exploration, resources, and recommendations. For students seeking to deepen their understanding of national interest, a wealth of resources is available. Classic texts by Hans Morgenthau, Robert Keohane, and Alexander Wendt provide foundational insights into realist, liberal, and constructivist perspectives on national interest, respectively. Contemporary scholarship by Joseph Nye, Jr., Robert Jarvis, and other leading scholars offers valuable insights into the evolving nature of national interest in the 21st century. Additionally, journals such as Foreign Affairs, International Security, and World Politics provide a forum for cutting-edge research and analysis on issues related to national interest and international relations. By engaging with these and other resources, students can further develop their understanding of this critical concept and its implications for the world we live in.